We've got a couple of things we're going to do. One is we will take a tour of the school, see what's changed. A lot has changed, as you can imagine. And also we're going to hear from Carol Campbell, new principal of Benson, first year. She's going to talk to us about what Benson's all about today, because you've heard lots of things. It's not quite the same as it was when we went there, but it's a good school that does a fabulous job. 81% graduation rate this last year, second only to Lincoln, so you can be proud of that. And then also Dale Biema is the president of the Alumni Association. He's brought refreshments, and he's also going to talk to you about the Alumni Association and what they do to help Benson and to encourage some of us to get more involved in the association. And quite frankly, one of my motives in I spent some time with Carol is getting more of us involved in the school. I think that's really critical for the young people who go here, that they get a good education, but they also have mentors and other people from outside the community of the school itself, so that they start making connections. I was just talking to a young man, the group in here before us was 2011. He was in the nursing program. He's now going to college in the nursing program, and he said he was so far ahead of everybody else in the program because of the courses he had here. He was like a year ahead, and you know, that's a testimony to what can happen when you do the right things in the right way. So we're gonna hear from Carol, we're gonna hear from Dale, we're gonna do a tour, and you all have your name tags on. Phil will be here in a couple of minutes, so we'll figure out when Phil gets here, are we going to stop the program and put our name tags on, or kind of wait until there's an appropriate time to do it? So, Carol, it's yours.
Thank you. Well, this is a great turnout.
Yes.
Really impressed that this many of you are here. I'm Carol Campbell, and this is my first year at Benson. This is my 5th year as a high school principal, and this is my 28th year in education. So I was a biology teacher first part of my career, and then an administrator. This is Jean-Andre Carbone. She is also new to Benson, one of the vice principals, and she's worked for Portland Public Schools for, I don't know how long.
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, my first year here, but it's great to see all of you. Welcome back to Benson. Great turnout. Thanks.
And Barry Phillips, who's been at Benson for a few years.
Been here since 06, 07, and it's been great. It's good to see all you guys here. Might have seen some of your pictures in some of those old yearbooks I look through every now and then at the annual tech show.
Yeah, now I'm going to go back and try to find you.
Good luck.
And I also want to introduce Troy Berry. He is one of our campus monitors and also our head boys basketball coach. And if you follow the sports page throughout the year, his team last year was 2nd in the state, 2 years ago, and this past year was 3rd. Yeah, it's hard. Barely. I came to Benson and didn't really know a whole lot about it. I taught at Grant for 9 years, and my kids went to Grant. And one of my kids probably should have come to Benson. He was a lost soul, and didn't really know what he wanted to do, and didn't really like school a whole lot. And but now he's an auto mechanic. But it took him 4 years at PCC because he didn't really discover that that's what he wanted to do till it was probably like a week before graduation from high school that he got the idea. Before that, he was going to be a potter, and you know that ceramic thing, and I said that's a hobby, not a career. But had the right people been working with him, and had he been at Benson, he would have been able to work with his hands and would have found something to do that was creative and hands-on, and he probably would have discovered that he really liked to work on cars, and he's really good at it and loves it. So when I got to come to Benson and found out I had never been out to the shops, I had seen Benson, I'd been here for athletic events. And the first day I was here and walked around, I was like, okay, this is great. This is where I want to be. So I know this is one of the graduating classes where there were no girls here, right?
That is correct.
We're going to have a few spouses in the room.
Yeah, so we have, it's a co-ed school, and it has been since, I think, mid to late 70s. In fact, we have, I think, some students here now who are children of some of the first women who graduated from Benson, and now their children are here. So there's quite a legacy here. Everywhere I go and I say I work at Benson, somebody has a connection. It's kind of like, how many connections are there? And almost I think probably everybody in Portland can connect themselves to Benson somehow, based on what I've seen. That Benson built Portland. Benson's neighborhood is Portland. Our kids come from all far reaches of the district, and some of them ride buses an hour and a half to get here in the morning, and they manage to get here. So it's a unique school. A couple of years ago, as you probably know, Benson was slated to close, and probably some of you were significant in that rally to keep Benson open, and really appreciate that. And the graduating class that just graduated on Monday really felt like they owned that. They felt like that it was their class, that whether it was or not, there was kind of their legacy they wanted to leave. And I was thankful because they didn't leave any other legacies like pranks or vandalism. That was their legacy. And they talked about it at graduation, they talked about it throughout the year. And I think that class will definitely stay connected, because they feel like they're the ones that played a significant role in keeping us open. So Benson's enrollment, this is kind of a state of the school here. Our enrollment is capped our freshman enrollment is capped at 260. It was 240 last year. They gave us 20 more kids this year. We had over 400 applications. So 140 kids who wanted to come here didn't get to come here. And we did a really intensive marketing kind of thing. We visited every single middle school and K-8 school, and our goal was to get information out to every single 8th grader. I went to a lot of those. The vice principals went, John Dre went, the counselors went, and we told kids, don't sign up for Benson if you just want to get out of your neighborhood school. Don't sign up for Benson if you want to go because your friends are going. Sign up for Benson because you see one of these programs and you really want to explore that. And we made them write an essay again, even though it's a lottery to get in. And I read all of those essays, and every single student that applied had a very compelling reason, except maybe one. One student wrote that he wanted to play basketball in the NBA. So that's why he wanted to come here. That's probably thanks to Troy's success, the basketball team's success. But every other one was about, I really want to be a welder. I really want to go into nursing because my mom's a nurse. I really want to work on cars. I mean, there were all kinds of, I really want to learn how to do photography. I want to be a filmmaker. I mean, they had very compelling, I'm in foster care and I want to have a better life for myself. All kinds of things are very, very heart-wrenching to read those and then see on the list those students not getting in. So Benson demographics has changed a little bit. 67% of our students are on free and reduced lunch. About 75% of our students are students of color. About 100 kids out of the 260 coming in next year are what we consider academic priority. They are not at grade level in some subjects, and or they have attendance issues and have not been successful in school. But we also have the second highest graduation rate in the district. So something happens between the freshman and the senior year to kids who come here, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's why I'm happy to be here, because this is a school that is working on the achievement gap. This is a school that addresses what students need from day one when they start here, but really gets them hooked into their education, because you can't just come here and think that you're going to be an auto mechanic if you can't read and write. If you can't fill out, if you can't read instructions, if you can't fill out a paperwork, if you can't fill out an application, it's the teachers that work here also believe that, and they work together really well. So we're not interested in being a skill center. We're not interested in being a 2-year kind of job training school. We're interested in being a 4-year high school that prepares kids for whatever it is they want to do when they get out of high school, but that they have the skills to make those choices. And we have lots of kids that go to 4-year colleges. We have a girl this year who got a full ride to Howard University. We have a Gates Millennium Scholar who got a full ride through his PhD. We have a Act 6 scholarship winner, which is the same thing. The Howard Scholarship is over $400,000 for that student. She's a health occupations major. We have students going to OSU for engineering, students going to PCC and continuing from the credits they earned here. So I don't know, I could go on and on. It's just an amazing school.